Much emergency. I got up this morning. I was in my son's room because I didn't sleep. My back door was open. My husband's guns are all gone. There's blood on the bed and he is struggling.
Men found it hard to take their eyes off Darlene Gentry, who, with her long blonde hair and dazzling smile, was one of the prettiest girls in the town of Robinson, Texas. But, as it turned out, behind the woman's outward beauty was a real monster, willing to do anything to achieve her goals. Darlene, a Texas native born in 1974, exuded a magnetic charisma that captivated those around her right from the moment she entered the world. With an innate ability to command attention, she effortlessly charmed individuals of all ages and genders. Unsurprisingly, Darlene's captivating presence propelled her to the pinnacle. During her college years, Darlene reveled in the vibrant social scene and eagerly attended numerous parties, where she encountered Keith, a fellow student. Their connection was immediate, and they were swept away by a whirlwind romance. However, their love story took an unexpected turn in 1997, shortly after their college graduation. It is said that Keith's restless nature led to their breakup, leaving Darlene devastated. Seeking solace and a fresh start, she made the decision to relocate to Dallas, where new possibilities awaited. Time passed, and Keith's perspective shifted. Yearning to rekindle the flame that once burned between them, he realized the depth of his feelings for Darlene. Determined to win her back, Keith embarked on a journey to Dallas, where he sought to capture her attention once more. Initially, Darlene was reluctant to engage with Keith, harboring the pain of their previous breakup. She guarded her heart and resisted his advances. However, as time went on, her defenses gradually softened, and she allowed herself to entertain the possibility of a renewed connection. Their paths converged once again, and the couple cautiously embarked on a new chapter of their relationship. The bond they shared rekindled slowly but steadily, nurtured by shared experiences and a renewed sense of commitment. Their journey of rediscovery unfolded as they explored the depths of their connection and navigated the complexities of their intertwined lives. With time, Darlene's heart mended, and she discovered that forgiveness and growth were essential elements in their journey. Together, they embarked on a transformative path, embracing the lessons of the past and embracing the possibilities of the future. As Darlene and Keith rekindled their love, they recognized the significance of second chances and the beauty of growth within a relationship. Their shared experiences and renewed commitment served as the foundation for a blossoming romance that held the promise of a brighter future. In their pursuit of love, Darlene and Keith embarked on a profound journey of rediscovery, demonstrating that sometimes the most enduring connections are the ones that are given a second chance to flourish. Following their reunion, Keith wasted no time in solidifying his commitment to Darlene. Around 6 months after they rekindled their relationship, he proposed to her, and in 1999, they exchanged vows in a heartfelt wedding ceremony. The couple excitedly embarked on their marital journey and settled into a new home in Robinson, Texas, a generous gift from Keith's parents. Their marriage was soon blessed with the arrival of 3 sons, bringing joy and new responsibilities into their lives. However, their path was far from a fairy tale, as they encountered numerous challenges along the way. Darlene took on the role of primary caregiver for their children, dedicating herself to their upbringing, while Keith found himself frequently away on long business trips for his work in the energy industry. Despite living in close proximity to Keith's parents, the couple received little support in raising their children, placing the weight of responsibility squarely on Darlene's shoulders. This dynamic strained their relationship, leading to frequent conflicts and tension within their household. The strain became so pronounced that divorce seemed like an inevitable outcome, a reality recognized by their parents and acquaintances. Amidst the mounting struggles, a glimmer of hope emerged in 2004 when Keith secured an office job that allowed him to be present for his family more consistently. With this positive change, he sought to rebuild the connection between him and Darlene, recognizing the need for greater commitment and active involvement in their marriage and family life. The couple faced a pivotal moment in their relationship, teetering on the precipice of divorce. Yet, against the odds, they chose to confront their challenges head-on, determined to salvage what they had built together. It was a time of reflection, soul-searching, and a renewed commitment to their shared journey. Though the road to reconciliation was undoubtedly arduous, Darlene and Keith demonstrated resilience and a willingness to work through their issues. They sought support from therapists, embarked on open and honest communication, and made concerted efforts to prioritize their relationship and family. With time, patience, and a shared commitment to growth, the couple managed to rebuild their bond and find solace in the love that had once brought them together. Their journey was a testament to the transformative power of perseverance, forgiveness, and the strength of a shared history. Darlene and Keith's story serves as a reminder that even amidst tumultuous times, love and dedication can guide couples back to a place of understanding, unity, and the possibility of a renewed future together. In the early hours of November 9, 2005, a distressing call shattered the silence at the Texas Department of Emergency Services. Darlene Gentry, 31 years old, her voice trembling with desperation, relayed a horrifying account to the dispatcher. "Just 5 minutes ago, I woke up to the sound of a gunshot. I hurriedly made my way from the nursery to our bedroom. Along the way, I noticed Keith's gun cabinet was empty, and the back door stood wide open, and in the bedroom, my heart sank as I found my husband lying motionless on the bed." With those chilling words, an emergency response was swiftly initiated. Police officers and paramedics raced to the scene, where they discovered Keith Gentry, still clinging to life but in critical condition. Urgently, he was transported to the intensive care unit in hopes of receiving life-saving treatment. However, despite their efforts, the fateful outcome proved inevitable, and Keith tragically succumbed to his injuries, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. As investigators delved into the circumstances surrounding Keith's untimely demise, they were faced with a perplexing puzzle. The empty gun cabinet and the wide-open back door hinted at the possibility of foul play. Every piece of evidence was carefully scrutinized, and each potential lead was pursued with relentless determination. The Gentry household became a focal point of intense scrutiny as forensic experts meticulously combed through the scene. Their tireless efforts sought to shed light on the events that unfolded that fateful morning. Meanwhile, detectives conducted extensive interviews, seeking any valuable insights from family, friends, and neighbors. The magnitude of the loss weighed heavily on Darlene's shoulders. She, too, became a subject of investigation as authorities sought to uncover the truth surrounding Keith's tragic fate. With a mix of grief, confusion, and desperation, she provided her account of the incident, hoping to assist in piecing together the puzzle. Despite the exhaustive search for answers, the investigation proved to be a challenging and intricate journey. As time passed, theories emerged, offering possible explanations, but no definitive conclusion was reached. The case remained shrouded in uncertainty, leaving investigators and loved ones grappling with the lingering question of what truly transpired on that fateful November morning. The mysterious death of Keith Gentry cast a dark shadow over the lives of those involved, forever altering their paths and leaving an indelible mark on the community. The quest for justice and closure continued, as authorities and loved ones yearned for a resolution that would bring solace and a sense of understanding in the face of this devastating tragedy. In the tight-knit community, shockwaves reverberated as news of Keith Gentry's untimely demise spread. How could anyone harbor ill intentions towards a beloved father of 3, a man widely regarded as good-natured and amiable? The townsfolk grappled with disbelief, struggling to comprehend the senseless tragedy that had befallen their cherished neighbor. It seemed inconceivable that Keith had crossed paths with someone harboring malice. The local authorities swiftly initiated their investigation. Their primary focus centered on Darlene, Keith's grief-stricken wife. In their quest for answers, law enforcement officials began by questioning Darlene, hoping to glean crucial insights into the sequence of events leading up to that fateful night. Tearfully recounting her side of the story, Darlene revealed that on the evening of November 8, she had ventured out with a friend. However, upon her return around 9 p.m., she found herself embroiled in a heated argument with her disgruntled husband, who expressed disapproval over her recent purchase of a new bag. Tensions escalated, and the couple found themselves entangled in a storm of emotions. Seeking respite from the escalating conflict, Darlene made the decision to take her husband's car keys and embark on a solitary drive, hoping that time and space would lend clarity to the situation. Approximately an hour later, she returned home, only to discover that Keith had already found solace within the confines of their bedroom. Reconciliation ensued, bridging the divide between them. Exhausted by the emotional turmoil of the evening, Darlene sought refuge in her son's room, tenderly caring for one of them who was battling illness. As the investigation unfolded, authorities diligently pursued every lead, meticulously piecing together the fragments of the puzzle. The conflicting emotions surrounding Keith's passing amplified the complexity of the case. The perplexing dichotomy between the outward perception of Keith as a caring family man and the hidden tensions that simmered within the confines of their home added layers of intrigue to the investigation. The quest for truth demanded unwavering dedication, as investigators sought to unravel the enigma surrounding Keith's tragic end. With hearts heavy with sorrow, the community awaited a resolution that would bring closure, while also grappling with the unsettling realization that darkness can lurk within the seemingly idyllic facade of ordinary lives. As the wheels of justice turned, the small town clung to hope, yearning for answers that would help heal the wounds inflicted upon their collective spirit. The legacy of Keith Gentry, a man loved and respected by many, remained etched in their hearts, serving as a reminder of the fragility of life and the significance of seeking truth in the face of adversity. Darlene's initial claim cast a shadow of doubt over the tranquil community. She adamantly maintained that an intruder had orchestrated the horrifying events that unfolded in their home. According to her harrowing account, a burglar had stealthily breached their sanctuary, absconding with Keith's firearm before launching a vicious assault and hastily making their escape. Yet, as meticulous investigators scrutinized the evidence, an intriguing revelation emerged, casting a shadow of suspicion on Darlene's narrative. Forensic experts closely examined the supposedly violated safe, only to conclude that no signs of forced entry were present. Instead, they made a startling discovery: a hidden key concealed amidst the jumble of papers within a desk drawer. The revelation struck the community with astonishment. As authorities delved deeper, their efforts yielded an unexpected twist. The missing firearms from Keith's safe were discovered in plain sight, casually strewn across the expanse of Gentry's backyard. The chilling revelation sent a collective shudder through the investigators' ranks. Among the recovered weapons, however, one notable absence sent a ripple of apprehension through the assembled detectives. A shared glance laden with unspoken understanding passed among the investigators. It was at that moment when one voice broke the uneasy silence, uttering words that sent shockwaves through the room. "I believe she's responsible." The weight of suspicion now firmly settled upon Darlene's shoulders, unraveling the intricate tapestry of deceit woven throughout the investigation. The once trusted account of a burglary dissolved into an intricate web of questions, demanding answers that would reveal the truth shrouded beneath the veneer of deception. With the whispers of doubt intensifying, the community grappled with an unsettling realization. The woman they had known for years, the center of attention, now stood at the center of an enigmatic and tragic tale. As the investigation forged ahead, the search for justice ignited a glimmer of hope for Keith Gentry's loved ones. who yearned to understand the truth that lay concealed amidst the layers of betrayal and deceit. The intricate puzzle that lay before the investigators required unwavering determination and relentless pursuit of the facts. The community awaited the resolution that would bring closure, shuddering at the sobering reality that darkness can lurk within the facade of even the most seemingly radiant lives. As the truth inched closer to the surface, the town held its collective breath, yearning for the clarity that would ultimately provide solace for the shattered hearts left in the wake of Keith Gentry's untimely departure. In the face of an evolving narrative, the pursuit of truth and justice became paramount, a solemn tribute to a man lost, a community fractured, and the unwavering resolve to uncover the obscured fragments of a devastating puzzle. As the investigation progressed, disconcerting details surrounding Darlene's behavior began to surface, further fueling the growing suspicion surrounding her involvement in the tragic events that unfolded. 3 key observations stood out, each painting a perplexing portrait of a woman seemingly detached from the gravity of the situation. Firstly, during the lengthy 2-hour interrogation at the police station, Darlene's apparent lack of concern for her husband's well-being raised eyebrows. Astonishingly, not once did she inquire about Keith's condition. Strikingly absent was the expected anxiety, the genuine worry that would naturally accompany a spouse grappling with the potential loss of a loved one. Even when informed that Keith was still alive, her response remained strangely void of emotion. Equally troubling was the absence of any discernible signs of grief. Darlene's countenance betrayed no tears streaming down her face, no faltering of her voice laced with sorrow. Instead, her demeanor mirrored that of a dispassionate participant in an unremarkable conversation, a detachment that seemed incongruous with the devastating circumstances surrounding her husband's critical condition. However, the most disturbing aspect that cast an eerie shadow over Darlene's character was her inexplicable failure to administer basic first aid to her ailing spouse. Astoundingly, as a trained dentist, one would expect her to possess the requisite skills to provide immediate assistance in a medical emergency. Her subsequent explanation, attributing her inaction to a state of shock, appeared feeble and unconvincing, failing to persuade those scrutinizing her every move. These cumulative observations left investigators and observers deeply troubled, prompting skepticism that shrouded Darlene's every word. The unnerving implications cast doubts on the sincerity of her actions and motives, forcing the community to grapple with the unsettling possibility that a carefully crafted facade concealed a far more sinister truth. As the investigation delved further into the enigmatic depths of Darlene's character, the veil of ambiguity began to fray. The quest for justice demanded a relentless pursuit of the facts, as the answers to Keith Gentry's tragic fate lay entangled within the labyrinth of Darlene's unsettling behavior. The community remained poised for the elusive clarity that would ultimately pierce the shroud of deception and expose the true nature of the events that transpired on that fateful November morning. When police searched Gentry's home and grounds for evidence, they found a pair of latex gloves and a .22 caliber bullet casing in a street trash can. Both pieces of evidence were sent for forensic examination, after which it became clear that the detectives' suspicions were correct. Both the casing and the gloves had traces of Keith's wife's DNA. 3 weeks later, Darlene was accused of murdering her husband, and the woman was sent to prison, but she was there for only a couple of hours. The thing is, Keith's parents believed her sister-in-law's word of innocence, so they graciously paid $50,000 bail for her, and she was free again. What do you think was the first thing she did? Darlene called a realtor she knew and said she wanted to buy a house lot for herself and her 3 sons, saying she could no longer live in the house where she had become a widow. It turned out that she had already looked at one option next to a small pond. After all, her late husband liked to take the boys fishing. What better way to keep his memory alive than to do so? However, as the woman looked over the site, she casually asked if the pond could be backfilled. The realtor was aware of the crime the woman was suspected of, so he knew right away that something was wrong here. Why would Darlene want to buy a lot with a pond and then backfill it? Maybe she wanted to hide something there. The real estate agent called the McLennan County Sheriff's Office, and soon a team of divers arrived at the pond. They searched the pond and found a .22 caliber revolver, the same one that belonged to Keith. The police decided to make sure Darlene was guilty one more time, so the realtor called the woman and told her that the owner didn't mind filling up the pond, but it had to be drained first. Gentry immediately became agitated and stated that she would like to be there. Of course, no one was going to drain the pond, but the realtor told Darlene, as if in passing, that they planned to do it in a couple of days. An ambush was set up on the spot. 2 policemen hid in the bushes with a camera and waited. It didn't take Darlene long. She arrived as evening fell, climbed into the water, and started looking for something exactly where the divers had found the revolver. The protracted trial, spanning over 2 arduous years, finally shed light on Darlene's underlying motive. It was revealed that Keith, succumbing to his wife's persistent pressure, had acquired a life insurance policy worth $750,000 mere months before his untimely demise. It appeared that Darlene had calculated that the value of a deceased spouse far outweighed that of a living one. Throughout the trial, Darlene vehemently proclaimed her innocence, maintaining her unwavering denial of any involvement in her husband's death. In a particularly ludicrous moment, when questioned about her intentions while searching a pond, she offered a far-fetched explanation. "I had heard a rumor that the actual perpetrator had disposed of a revolver in this very pond. I was apprehensive that if the police were to find it before me, they would maliciously frame me, just as they are attempting to do now. I am innocent. This is an elaborate setup." Darlene even resorted to filing a motion to exclude a video from evidence, deeming it irrelevant, but her plea was ultimately dismissed. The weight of the evidence against her proved insurmountable. In February 2007, a jury delivered its verdict, finding Darlene guilty of the murder of her husband. The court sentenced her to 60 years in prison, with the possibility of parole in 2037, when she would be 63 years old. The responsibility of raising Darlene and Keith's 3 sons fell to Keith's parents, who had a change of heart regarding their former daughter-in-law throughout the course of the trial. When Darlene was incarcerated, her father-in-law and mother-in-law made the firm decision to shield the children from any contact with their mother. In 2010, the court formally decreed that Darlene was prohibited from having any further interaction with her children. Thus, the sons continue to grow under the care of their paternal grandparents, shielded from the tumultuous aftermath of their parents' shattered union. The harrowing events of the trial forever altered the trajectory of their lives, leaving them to grapple with the weight of a mother's actions and the painful absence of a once intact family unit.